Have you hit a weight loss plateau and you're just struggling to break through? This is something I hear often, and the main reason why I see this is that people lean into these diets that are too extremely low in terms of caloric intake. So they'll lose a lot of weight at the start. They'll effectively, through that process, what's called metabolic adaptation will take place. It'll dial down the amount of calories that your body's going to use throughout the day. So it'll actually start to turn off things like your energy levels. So you'll feel more tired, so you don't move your body as much. It'll, in extreme circumstances, I've seen it where people have lost hair, right? I've seen it where periods have turned off. So effectively, your body needs a certain amount of calories in order to function. It's known as the basal metabolic rate. So these are all the things your body's burning calories on just day to day for running the things like the organs, breathing, all of that stuff that we do without even thinking about it. That burns about 65% of calories that you're burning on a day-to-day basis. And if we don't provide enough nutrients and calories for that basal metabolic rate, your body will start to do things like break down lean muscle to provide it as an energy source for supporting your body. So what happens is you lose a load of weight, and that looks great on a scale, but if you're losing lean muscle mass through the process, you end up with a slower resting metabolism come the end. So how do we fix it? Well, number one, we need to adjust the caloric deficit to a safe boundary. I would recommend that you aim for 1 pound of fat loss, not weight loss, per week. And in order to do that, you need to be 500 calorie in deficit below your baseline. That will mean that if you times that by 7, that will equal 3,500 calories, which is approximately 1 pound of fat. So that's the first step. Work out your calories, be in a safe caloric deficit. You don't want to go any more aggressive than 2 pounds of fat loss per week, which would be 1,000 calorie deficit per day. Next thing you want to do is focus on resistance training. Why is resistance training important? Well, unlike the person that's doing the diet and dropping the calories too low and losing lean muscle mass, you want to maintain or even build lean muscle mass. And the way to do that is to damage the muscles in the gym or at home. So effectively, resistance training is either weight-bearing exercises using your own body weight or lifting weights. If you're incorporating that, you're going to keep your lean muscle mass nice and solid. So therefore, you're not going to start to break that down. However, if the caloric deficit is too low, you'll still break it down. So it's really important that nutrition is the guiding principle here. The next thing that you want to do is making sure you're getting enough protein to support the resistance training and support the already lean muscle mass that you have on your body. You want to be aiming for around 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. Just that is the minimum criteria for someone that's active. Somebody who's inactive, who wants to just maintain muscle mass and is not doing resistance training, that looks around 0.4 to 0.6 grams per pound of body weight. So effectively make protein the priority. Not only that, it's going to keep you satiated. It's going to use the most amount of energy to use that food type. So it's what's known as the thermogenic effect of food. So make protein the priority when it comes to eating and make sure you're hitting your numbers. The next one is sleep. Sleep is the setting phase, the growth and repair and recovery phase of any training that you're doing. So effectively, if you imagine now you've gone in the gym, you rip the muscle fibers, causing these microfiber tears to take place. You provide protein, amino acids, the building material, and then sleep is the setting phase. So you need to make sure sleep is prioritized. Not only that, it's also going to control your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, that are going to make sure that it makes it easier to conform to a healthy eating pattern rather than reaching out for sugary processed foods if sleep is deprived. The final thing is hydration. Most people are not getting 2+ liters a day. Why is that important? Well, we sweat, urinate and excrete 2 to 3 liters a day. So if that's going out, we need to put it back in. If you was to not replace the oil in your car, eventually the engine would seize up. Imagine now in the digestive system, it's the same scenario. So if you're not going regularly, if you're finding that your mental focus is being affected, it could be also a sign of fatigue, tiredness. So effectively, your brain is at least 73% water. And if you're not providing enough water, your brain is shrinking under that dehydration. Therefore, you can get headaches. You can also be lacking focus and mental clarity. So really important that hydration making 2 liters the minimum requirement as a part of that. That's it. That's all. If you adopt those key 5 steps, you will see the needle start to shift in the right direction. My final word of advice is be patient. Enjoy the journey, because it doesn't end when you arrive at the goal. It continues for the rest of your life. Have an amazing day.